Sakura Wars is a 2001 Japanese action-adventure film that has been produced by the production IG and been distributed by the Toei Company. It is still based on a franchise from the video game series that was published by Sega. This film follows the adventures of a teen girl, Sakura Seguji, and the group of her friends who by day are members of a theater troupe. By night, they use their psychic powers to pilot robot fighters in a battle against evil demons that threaten Tokyo. But another enemy emerges in the Stuart Douglas Company, whose new and apparently superior robot fighters threaten to put the girls out of business. Sakura, Samurai, and the others have to fight to remain relevant. This movie is pretty entertaining. Rough around the edges that we're going to be discussing pretty soon, but I want to be more focused of what this film has done right first, and just me being pulled in when it comes to the upgrade material that they have showed us in this film that they have not had the material to show in the regular series in the early 90s, because you got to remember the regular Sakura Wars series was made in 1994 and it was aired in 1997. So by this being made in 2001, it's a big difference when it comes to the animation, when it comes to the animation of the monsters, because they use some 3D aspects as well. Some people may have a problem with the 3D aspects, but I didn't. I thought it fit the film perfectly, and above all, the sound quality. The sound quality really pulled me in. It felt like I was in the freaking film when it was fighting. I felt like I was in their conversation when I was talking, and I felt like I was in their play when it was doing theatrical scenes when it comes to them doing plays in their theater tropes. This film pulled me in a lot, and I really felt bad, and I shared it. I actually shed a tear of regret, because if I was a fan of Sakura Wars back then, and this movie was in theaters, which I hope it was. If it wasn't, I don't know why. But this movie is definitely a watch if it was in the theaters, and that's why I shed a tear, because by me not being a fan of it back then, I missed out on a big experience of this being on a big screen. The movie is more focused on the growth of the characters and how they progressed throughout the few years of them living in the 1920s, because this movie is based in 1926, as in the series it was based on 1920. It was made in like everything was taking place in 1920. So the span of it didn't really increase that much, but just enough to see how the characters progressed. Now, everybody was different for the most part. Samurai, she's not a bitch anymore. She's actually mature for her age, and she can actually take criticism. Samurai. I like Samurai a lot on this movie. She pulled her weight. She did her part. Same thing with Iris. Chateaubriand. I finally said her name right. She gotten a little older. She still dressed the same. Still acts a little bit like a young girl, but at the same time you can tell that her age is getting to her. She's beginning to act a little bit more mature when serious things took place, because on the regular series, when things got bad, she bailed out, she disappeared, and she just didn't want to play a part of the action at all. But on this one, she stayed and played, and when things got intense, she actually did a major part in the movie that I was surprised for. She pulled her weight out. I'm laughing because I'm getting to a character that did not change at all. But anyway, Maria Tachibana, I didn't mention her on the series, which I had some heat for it. I apologize, because she didn't really set out for me. But on this one, she did, and I think that's the reason why I didn't talk about her on the series, because they want to pull her more on a movie, and I liked that with a character. It made me like her. Also, she's still a badass with a weapon. She uses a pistol to shoot enemies, because the pistols, the bullets that she uses is engraved with spirit energy, so it's not just a regular gun. But she sometimes uses regular bullets depending on who she's shooting for. But on this one, she's even more cold-blooded, she's more mature, and she is more agile when it comes to her trying to fulfill her mission. Sakura is still clumsy. Sakura's still tripping over stuff. Sakura is still being herself. She's still being Sakura. And I did not have a problem with that at all. I thought her character after she has been through her traumatic sequence through the series, after she broke her father's sword, it didn't mature her, but it made her be more aware of her father's legacy that she needed to continue. That was basically it. I didn't have no problem with her character build up at all, because there was really nothing to build up with her character. She knew what she had to do. She was nice for her characters, and at the same time she was respectful, and she was mad when bad guys did bad things. So the maturity level of Sakura was not bad. So on this one, she got older, so I would have to say that she, out of anything, is more sharper now. Now, as the characters get older, so does the voice actors and actresses. Now, sadly, we don't got the same voice actors and actresses from the original, because, you know, since they gotten older, they need to have they need to have an older voice cast. And I actually liked it. I thought it was not a bad thing, because the regular voice cast on the original, they sounded just like how the characters progressed. So I wanted my characters to be more older, except one that stood out for me, and that is Kana. Kana doesn't sound like Batman anymore. Kana Kirishima. Now, I liked Kana. I like Kana a lot. Kana, she is a female she's a motivated female. I love her. I loved her in the regular series. I loved her because you have every character that progressed through their own way of their image. But what I liked about Kana is that she is a brute. You can tell by just look at this picture. Just look at this photo. This photo can speak for itself. But I guess producers and creators, they wanted her to sound manly. They wanted her to sound masculine. But it threw me off when she talked in a regular series, because it was like, what's up? Like, I don't... And a lot of people had a problem with it too, so it wasn't just me, so I felt good. And apparently, you know, Production IG and Toei Entertainment actually had a problem with it also, because they wanted to make her more feminine on this series. On this movie. Her body is still there. Her tone self is still there. She's still lifting weights. She still has that, you know, that bold attitude as a female. And she actually was one of my main favorites of this movie. So it was a problem that stood out, and I'm glad they fixed it with the new voice casting. Now, as we have a new movie, we have a new plot. So what do we got? We got new characters. We got new side characters. Now, we got some side characters in the film. Well, most of them, shit. All of them really didn't stood out for me. All of them didn't really hold the torch of their creativity of why they was in the film. And one of them is Lenny. Lenny Mustache. Now, he's a young character in the film, and at the same time, he's cool, he's nice, but I just felt like he was an Iris Chateaubriand ripoff of just how she was when she was younger, but he's a little bit more mature than how she was back then. He would actually fight, but at the same time when he fought, he got hurt in the movie. So he was a ripoff in my opinion for her. I just didn't see nothing different for his character other than a comparison. So I felt to myself, why add him in this film if he's going to do nothing but just have just a similarity mirror of just how Iris was when she was younger. And I actually understands why Iris didn't want to fight in the series now, because after seeing Lenny, it made me be aware of just what would happen if she did fight in the battlefield at that age. She would have got hurt and got fucked up. Then we have Lisette Altier. Now Lisette, here's the thing. She's fucking hot. She's a hot ass female. I don't know if it was because of when she revealed herself, she wore this dress that revealed her shoulders. I'm a shoulder guy. I am a shoulder guy. So when I seen this, and then her shoulders is pretty toned and shit, I'm like, man, I know this girl works out from the top. So I was like, she's fucking badass. And she is a badass. She pulls her weight out, and even though she's a nice female because she's not from Japan, so it took her a while for her to learn English. So, well, she did know English. She was messing with Sakura and all the other characters, asking them if they know English and stuff. But at the same time, she is one of the people that don't hold back. She would kill certain enemies if it's necessary, because in the combat revenue in the Imperial capital, they try to avoid killing humans. But with Lisette's character, Altier, she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind at all. If you're in the way, she will kill you, even if you are a good guy. If you are a good guy, because they showed a scene where this good, one of the members of the team was demonically possessed, and she was trying to kill the shit out of this person. I don't know if it was because of hatred or if it was because it was what she wanted to do. They didn't explain that. But that's the only difference of a character. Other than that, she is the epitome of Sakura, of what she would be if she was cold-hearted. I felt that comparison with both of them. And when I was seeing this and when I was noticing this, because they were showing her, and then here's the thing right here. To be even more specific, they even have her in the front cover right with Sakura. Everybody else is at the bottom. So I'm like, if there's no comparison, why they're right by each other? Because it wanted to show you the yin and the yang, the bad and the good. The opposite attracts from another. I'm not fucking stupid. And we have Orihime Lita. Now, Orihime, you can tell by how she looks who she's going to be replicating, right? If you know who she replicates, you have a head on your shoulders. If you don't, I don't blame you, because you're probably not a fan of the series, or you probably just jumped on board like I do. But Orihime, no Bleach character, okay? Get that picture up out of here. But anyway, Orihime, she is the ripoff of Summeray's character. She is exactly how Summeray was when she was in the series. Bitchy, demanding, wants so much respect, and she gives so much disrespect. That's Orihime's character compared to Summeray of how she was. But honestly, Orihime is worse than how Summeray was. At least Summeray, she can back up her mouth. Whenever bad things happens, she will literally, like when shit starts happening, she can fend for herself most of the time. So her attitude has like a bullet point. She talks shit and she can give shit right back. But Orihime, she reminds me of a lot of girls today. She talks a lot of shit, but when shit gets bad, she wants people to help her out. And to prove this, she did one mission on her own. Now, Lisette wants to do the mission, and that's why I was saying it could be some hatred involved to why she was trying to kill Orihime. Oops, I revealed who she was trying to kill, but fuck it. But anyway, she was sent to the mission on her own, and immediately she got captured. It didn't really show no fight or no holdback or whatever, but I guess it wanted to show you of how insignificantly all talk she was. And I was convinced, and at the same time I was let down with her character. Bottom line, the side characters don't matter in this film. Now, if you're gonna put side characters, have them do things that stands out with the main characters. That's the whole terminology of what new characters are supposed to do. If you have a new character, that means a new plot. That means a new effect. That means they stand out more than the other characters do. If you're gonna have new characters, give us a new vision of what these characters do. But when you have these characters be in this film or just be in any other anime, and they act a lot like the characters that we know and love, we ask questions like, if they're acting the same way, what is the reason? Maybe they're just meat for the enemies to take, make an example out of. I don't know, but if that's the case, then use that to civilians. Use that with regular people that we don't even know in these movies. But they did not serve a purpose for me. Even with Lisette, other than her being my new love interest, other than Summeray, because I wrote attached to her character a lot, and I would want to watch this film just because of her character. Just saying. Then we have the main enemy, Brent. Brent Furlong. Now Brent, he is the enemy that is trying to threaten the Imperial capital by his products, and that's just it. He's a marketing person, and at the same time, he can control the demons, and at the same time, he can control the the Imperial combat armor. So he uses this for his advantage to let people know, look, I can control what is bothering us, but at the same time, I don't want to spoil too much. So the females, they have to fend off their title, so at the same time, they have to try to take him down. I didn't mind the story. For his character, but at the same time, I wish that he was more imposing, more threatening. He just felt like a business person that just showed up in the film that the females had to take down. The movie started with them doing good things, but then when this happened, I didn't really feel no threats of this film at all. No one even died in this film. They showed scenes where like houses was being on fire, but it didn't really show deaths to the point where it showed the gruesomeness of the demons, which was lacking a lot compared to the original. That's the reason why I like the original series so much, because when they showed the bad guys in the original, they showed you not only how powerful they was towards Sakura in the combat revenue Imperial capital, but it just showed you how they could possess people. It showed you how scary they were. It showed you how imposing the demons was. When you hear that a person is demonically possessed in real life, I don't know if you believe in that type of method, but I do. I do believe in demonic possession. If the angels exist, demons exist. You feel that fear. You feel, you get scared. And a lot of animes suffer from this. Even Demon Slayer. I'm sorry for the Demon Slayer faithful. Demon Slayer is only focused on action. And I even said this on my Demon Slayer review, that it's lacking the fear tactic of what a demon can do to civilians other than cut them down and cut them in ribbons. I want to see them get possessed. I want to fear a demon than just them killing off a character. And with this movie, it suffers that a lot with the demons and with the main, Brent. So at the end of the day, the movie has a plot, but the threat was not imposing enough to hold the torch of the film's premise if us be engaged of the action and the combat. Now, there was action, there was combat, but I was more pulled into the sound quality and the effects of the animation more than I was with the combat, if that makes any sense. And that's where the reviews and the false criticisms came in with this film. I've seen IMDb, like, they gave it a 5 out of 10. That is low. But I agree. I agree with their rating, because it's like what you're coming here for. If you got a mind like me, I felt like this movie wasn't just focused of you getting hit with all this action and all this suspense because it's a film. I think this movie was more focused on how much the main characters, Sakura, Sumire, Iris, Kana, has grown over the years, and how much they matured and how they can still hold their title. And then when the bad guy shows up, they can actually fend for themselves now. They don't need no type of help. They can stick together, and there's really no criticism when it comes to the girls doing things out of line, because the girls don't do nothing out of line other than the side character Orihime. So if you look at it like that, that's what this movie is successful for. It's just showing you how mature and how grown up the women have became. But if you want to watch this film for an action standpoint, and you kind of like the action that was given on the series, because it has so much dialogue and so much chemistry and just so much sorrow and compassion with the characters, so the character development can build up more, you're going to hate this film a lot, because it's a lot worse. I might have to give Sakura Wars the movie a C+. In my point of view of this film, by me understanding what this film has progressed and done right, I probably would have given it a higher rating, but I think a C+ is acceptable, because you have people that watch my reviews and they immediately check out the video, the footage that I reviewed, and I get mostly positive feedback. I watched it and it was great. I agree with all your points. But then I got some people that don't agree, and they say it wasn't that great, or they will say it was better than what you anticipated. So I think by me giving it a C+ is fair, because it's subjective. What are you watching it for? And if you get let down, was you entertained with all the other things that the film has given you? Because like I said, I was not pleased with the action. I was not pleased with the chemistry of the side characters. I was not pleased with the main enemy. I can beat the main enemy's ass. That's just how sucked he is. Now I can fight, okay? I can fight. Don't get it twisted. I was getting off topic. That's why the bell rung. But you can't blame me though. But anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for more of my upcoming reviews and anime videos hitting your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a damn good day.